Okay, yes, I forgot to turn on the record button. So anyway, let me write down first. Not having enough leisure time or not having enough sleep. Okay, so as I was mentioning, our focus today is going to be well-being. So any essays that is related to well-being, there are certain words that I want you to know. So let's understand the question first. Okay, health is part of our well-being. Another thing that is part of our well-being is our environment. So can you also please put it down? Any essay question that is related to environment, this includes pollution. So if question asks about ocean pollution, don't think that ocean pollution, that one is environment only. No, when your environment is dirty, it affects your well-being. It affects your overall happiness. So questions that is related to pollution, or even last year, 2023 SPM, they like to talk about how your school condition is not good. Your canteen is very dirty, or even your library is outdated. All this is your surrounding. This is all your environment. So all these questions is also related to your well-being. Okay, so I'm just going to put down the word school. One more, crime. You know what is crime, right? Crime around your house. Let's say someone reported recently there are a lot of break-in in your house. So how will you feel? Every night before you go to sleep, you will check the window. You will make sure that your door is locked. You will make sure you turn on the alarm because you're worried. You're worried that halfway through sleeping, someone break into your house. So that can also affect your well-being. So let me make a very short conclusion. Any essays related to health and environment, please link it to your well-being. Because when you think about your well-being, you will think of all the words that I will be sharing with you today, the 9 words. Okay, so everyone, if you're ready, this part usually I'll go fast. So can you please get ready your pen, get ready your highlighter. So as we go through the 9 vocabularies here, I want you to write with a conscious mind. Write with a conscious mind means you don't just copy blindly. I know that feeling because when I was a student, I am that kind of student who copy blindly. So how do you prevent yourself from copying blindly? When you write, you read it out. Especially since you're at home, right? So when you are writing, you read it out so that you can hear it. And this information, this vocabulary can be ingrained in your mind better, deeper, and more effective. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Number 1, it is a situation with positive outcome for everyone. Take out your highlighter. Can you please highlight? Positive outcome for everyone. When I give a solution, it doesn't just benefit me. When I give a solution, it also benefits people around me, benefits the animal, benefits the plant, benefits the whole world, the whole environment. This is what we call win-win situation. Students who need the Chinese explanation, I've also put it down for you. If you need, you write. If you don't need, it's okay. Just ignore. Okay? So don't just copy blindly. Remember, you read it out one time. So the way to remember vocabulary, first step, you read. You remember the word. You ignore the meaning first. You just ignore the meaning. You remember win-win situation. Can you please double check for me? When you write win-win situation, there is a hyphen in between. Okay? So how can you memorize this word? You win, I win, everybody win. So 2 win, win-win situation. Number 2 is an idiom telling us about how no matter how someone is very patient, no matter how someone is very nice, there is a limit. Every time when I complain to you about something that is unhappy, one day, if you ignore me, you ignore me one day, you ignore me 2 days, never mind. But there's one day I will hit my limit and I explode. Boom! Why didn't you listen to me? So the whole phrase here is telling you that Even someone who never complains, let's highlight, even someone who never complains will react to an intolerable situation. Even a worm will turn. Even a worm will turn. Because if you think about the way the worm move, right? They just go like that. Tick, 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 tick. So that's one day when they cannot tahan, they walk too slow already, they crawl too slow already. So what do? They turn and then they roll so that they will go faster. So this is a very good idiom to talk about how a situation has been ignored for a very long time. Maybe every week you complain to the government, you complain to MBPJ about how the part outside of your house is very dirty. You complain for 1 year, you complain for 2 years. One day you tak boleh tahan, you geram already. So you go and make a very big fuss about it. You report to the police, you report to the newspaper, you report to everybody lah. So when you do that, that is a very good way to say, even a worm will turn. I never knew you are such a complainer. You cannot tahan anymore, right? Okay, let's look at some easy word. Number 3, make sure you know this word. Number 3 is used to talk about how a person who carelessly drops litter. Students who are not familiar with the word litter, litter is basically a better word for rubbish. Litter is a better word for rubbish. Okay, so we call these people the litter bug. Bug is not good. You know, last time when you were young, you watch cartoon, right? The apple has worm. The apple has worm. The worm is the bug. So if the apple has worm or the apple has bug, it means that the apple is spoiled. It's not something good. If you eat the apple, you get sick. So if you simply throw the rubbish, you are the sickness. You are the toxic. So you are the litter bug. Right? This is easy. Try to remember it. Litter bug, litter bug, litter bug, litter bug, litter bug. Okay, let's go. Number 4. This one also you understand lah. You complain so many times. You tell the school authority, the school toilet is very disgusting. The school toilet is very smelly. Yet, the school doesn't take any action. So when these happen, you are speaking to someone who ignores you. You are speaking to someone who does not listen. This is what we call like talking to a brick wall. The wall will not reply you. Never ever in your life, never ever in your dream, the wall can talk. Right? So if you're talking to someone who doesn't react to you, it feels like you are talking to a brick wall. Remember, write consciously. Repeat after yourself, like talking to a brick wall. Like talking to a brick wall. Okay, before we move on to the being, let's read through 1, 2, 3, 4 one more time. Number 1, well, W-E-L-L. W-E-L-L. W stands for win-win situation. Even a worm will turn, litter bug, like talking to a brick wall. Okay, so moving on, let's continue with the second part, being. If you have never done this before, this is something good. This is something innovative. This is something creative. Congratulations, you have blazed a trail for the society. If you design a new technology, you introduce to the society a new product, and this product actually brings a lot of benefit to the society, that means you have blazed a trail for the society. Okay, so blaze a trail, this word, this phrase, imagine yourself going into the jungle, and this part of the jungle has never been explored by anyone before. So what do you have to do? You need to create the road out so that you can continue exploring the jungle, correct? So the fastest way is you use the fire, you burn down whatever is in front of you. So the moment you blaze whatever is in front of you, you have created a road. So you blaze a trail means you have created something new. You have done something new that nobody has ever done before. Okay? Number 6. When a place is very dirty, we need to do some hard work. You need to clean with some hard work. So when you clean with some hard work, guys, look at me. You need to scrub, 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 because the dirt on the floor needs a lot of energy to scrub out, right? This is what we call elbow grease. You need to use your elbow energy to scrub off the grease. So number 6, elbow grease. Elbow grease. Okay, grease is another word. Actually, it's not another word. It's very similar to oil, but oil is more liquid form. Grease is more sticky form. Later you go to the kitchen, right? You go to the stove top. You go and check whether your father or your mother, do they actually clean the stove top? If they don't clean the stove top very often, you go and touch the stove top. Ew, sticky, sticky one. That is what we call grease. So if you want to remove the grease, you will need some hard work. You need to clean a few times. It's not just 1 wipe or 2 wipes. You probably need to do a few more times. So elbow grease. Okay. 7, unfortunately, my school toilet not good enough. So you can tell your school teacher, the school's toilet is not up to scratch. Is not up to scratch. Is not up to scratch. Okay, number 8. There is probably a good reason for things that are said. If I make a complaint, there must be a good reason, right? Why do I complain about the park outside my house? Because if you don't maintain the park, then very likely that accident can happen. So I complain is not because I like complaining. I complain is for the betterment of the whole society. So we call this no smoke without fire. No smoke without fire. You will not be able to see smoke if there isn't any fire at the bottom. So there must be a reason. Why do you see smoke? Confirm there will be fire. There must always be a reason for things. This is also what I always say in class. When you answer an English question, don't tell me, teacher, I choose this answer based on my feeling. Feeling can go wrong. Sometimes we are so affected by our feelings, so feeling can go wrong. The best way to decide, to make a decision in life or in your language or in your exam is to understand the hard facts. So always remember there's no smoke without fire. There must always be a reason for things that happen. Okay? So that is why even if things gets hard, don't give up, please, guys. Try your best. Whenever you face a problem, don't give up so easily. Life is not going to be interesting if you give up so easily. So you should always give it your best shot. Give it your best shot. Give it your best shot. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, everyone, can you please look through the 9 words one more time? I like to make my class goal-oriented, yeah, everyone. Goal-oriented means by the end of today's lesson, I want something from everyone. I want you guys to pick up something. So let's not be greedy. My only goal for everyone today is to remember these 9 words, okay? So that is why I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. I give you 2 minutes. Can you go through these 9 words? Try to memorize them. Again, those of you who are from my class, you know the drill, right? When I ask you to memorize, I'm not asking you to remember the meaning. Understanding the meaning can come later. The more you write, the more you put it into your essay, the better you will remember the meaning. So for now, this is the first time we are seeing well-being. So the first time what you do is you just memorize win-win situation. Even a worm will turn. You remember that you have this phrase. Okay, so my challenge number 1 for you is to memorize these 9 words. And after the 2 minutes is up, let's see if you are able to write out these 9 words without looking at this page. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer to 2 minutes. Everyone, take this opportunity to remember as much as possible. And at the same time, if there are still words that you are not very sure, please let me know in the chat box. Okay, so 2 minutes begin now. The explanation for the topic, is it this one? Okay. Ten more seconds. Look at words that you find it difficult to spell. So the last 10 seconds should be used to look at spelling. Okay, so what are some of the spelling that you have to be careful of? Litterbug is one word. Remember, litterbug is one word. Some students will probably ask me, teacher, for question 7, is it okay if I write is not up to scratch? Definitely, no problem. So all these little things you should know that short form or no short form, actually they are the same thing, right? And before we move on, can we also look at question 9 one more time? I forgot to explain to you. Why is the word your here in bracket? The word your here in bracket, anything that is in bracket tells you that this is actually changeable. It depends on your sentence. It depends on who you are talking about. So when I'm saying, I'm talking about the guy, the boy, then I would say, he should give it his best shot. If I'm talking to the girl, I'm talking about the girl, then I would say, give it her best shot. What if I'm talking about a big group of people, for example, in basketball competition? In a basketball competition, in a basketball team, there will be a lot of team members, correct? Then we can change it to give it their best shot. All right? So hopefully everybody, you can at least remember, oh, there is no smoke without fire in English. But I forgot the meaning. It's okay. Right now, it's okay for you to forget the meaning. I need you to be aware that in English, there are these words. So congratulations. If you can remember all these words, you are one step closer to using all these words in your exam. So now, once we have understood the 9 words, let's look at how do we use them effectively in a sentence. If you don't know how to use it effectively in a sentence, your teacher don't understand what you're writing. So when your teacher don't understand what you're writing, I'm so sorry, you lose mark. So understanding how to use them in a sentence is important. So can you please turn to page 4? Okay, guys, challenge yourself, yeah? Later, when I ask you to write out your word map W, well-being ma, we have word map W ma, you should straight away remember, oh, win-win situation. You try first. If you can remember, congratulations. If you cannot, no stress. You take a peek. You look back at the page just now. Oh, W is win-win situation. This is how you make yourself remember better. Okay? Okay, so everybody, I'm going to show you how can you use all the words here effectively. So hopefully through this exercise, you will also be able to understand these words clearer. Okay? So let's begin with the first one. Let's look at the sentence provided. The Nature Society plans to hold a tree planting program in the neighborhood. As we mentioned just now, W. W is the. Okay, how can I use it? Remember, when I use W, W is talking about how many different parties benefit. Many different people actually benefit from this activity. So if I tell you that Nature Society plans to hold a tree planting program, the tree planting program in itself, this is environment. It can benefit the environment, correct? At the same time, it will also benefit the neighborhood, the people around. So what are the two benefits? Maybe the place will look more beautiful. Maybe with the tree, we have fresher air to breathe in. So my health become better, my environment become better. Do you see? Whenever we say well-being, well-being is about health and environment. Okay? So come, let's write down our sentence. It's a, everybody write down your word map W, 2 words. There's a hyphen in between. You try to write down the 2 words first without looking at the screen. Once you are done, check your answer on the screen. So put down your word map W. Very good. Good job. Continue. As it does not only, we need to tell them what is the win-win situation. It does not only freshen the air, comma, but also help to beautify, but also help to beautify the environment. Full stop. Double check. Did you forget your hyphen? Did you forget your hyphen? Win-win situation. Can I also take this opportunity to remind everyone that whenever we talk about the theme of health and environment, another common spelling mistake is environment. It's a very simple word, but yet there are still people who spell it wrongly. So what do you have to take care of? Everyone, can you look at your word environment? Have you forgotten your N? Don't forget your N, please. Okay, number 2. After rounds of water disruptions, as a Malaysian, especially people who live in the Klang Valley, you understand the pain. When I was doing these notes, the recent water cut has not been announced. I'm so sorry. I don't know whether your house is affected by the water cut. So if your house is affected by the water cut, you probably understand number 2. After rounds and rounds of water disruption, every month, every year, they cut your water. The locals are beginning to protest about waste emission from the factory. Why the factory always make the river dirty? Every time affect our water supply. Punish them, not punish us. Why cut our water? Correct or not? So you cannot tahan anymore. So word map E. Now we need word map E. So how to use word map E in a sentence? We can start off with it seems that, okay, everybody, word map E. 5 words. Try to recall the 5 words. Once you are done, double check your answer on the screen. And when you write your, very good job. When you write your word map E, remember you're very frustrated. You're telling them, why? People also cannot tahan anymore. You gotta stop. That is why very important for you to put an exclamation mark behind. Okay, tanda seru感叹号. Tanda seru 感叹号 is called exclamation mark. Okay, good job. So moving on, number 3. Number 3 is an easy word. You look at this picture. Who caused this ugly sight? So when I am referring to people who simply throw rubbish, there's only one word, yeah? Word map L. Okay, everybody, let's test ourselves. Come, start writing. The park is now an. The park is now an eyesore. E-Y-E-S-O-R-E. I'm so sorry, my writing is a bit ugly. So if you cannot see the spelling properly, I'll spell it out for you. Can you please double check? E-Y-E-S-O-R-E. Okay, what is the meaning of eyesore? If I separate the word eyesore into two, you will have eye, you will have sore. If you have sore throat, your throat hurts. So if you have eyesore, your eyes will hurt. So when I look at the park, very ugly, very dirty, I see also, oh, I pain. It means the place is very dirty, very ugly. Okay, so that is the meaning of eyesore. It is used to describe something that is very unpleasant. So can I just write down the meaning for you first? Eyesore means an ugly sight. Eyesore is an ugly sight in a public place. Okay, so if you tell me, teacher, can I use eyesore to describe my toilet? It depends on how you talk about, sorry, not your toilet, your school toilet. If you're just telling me that your school toilet is very smelly, that is not an eyesore, because smelly relates to your smell, not your eyes. So eyesore must always be things that is what you can see. Okay, everybody, we continue with our sentence. Yeah, the park is now an eyesore. Let's see if you are able to remember your word map. The park is an eyesore as, okay, word map L, one word, put it down. Can you make your word map into plural? Because it's not just one person throwing rubbish. Many people who throw rubbish. Make it into a plural. Continue your sentence. Had thrown. Had thrown. Beer cans on the ground. Beer cans on the ground. Full stop. Am I going too fast? Let me know if I'm going too fast. Or do you want me to go faster? Too slow for you, maybe. Thank you. Yes. Guys, you got to communicate with me. Online class, I don't know your progress. I don't know what you want. So whatever you're thinking, whatever your request, please do let me know in the chat box. Okay, good job. Let's look at number 4. Number 4, we are entering into our 4th word map. Okay, thank you. Our 4th word map, it's going to be another L. Okay, this L, oh my goodness. You talk to the person ignore you. So you are like, okay, I don't know what is it. Don't tell me yet. Okay, so our word map number 4 is going to be L, starts with L. So if you look at the picture on the left-hand side, yes, I'm going to talk about my grandfather. My grandfather, you know lah, old people. No matter what you tell them, they also don't listen one. So come, let's write down first our sentence. Giving advice to my grandfather. Giving advice to my grandfather is, okay, put down your word map number 4, word map L. 6 words. Word map L, 6 words. Okay, full stop. Very good. We are halfway through. We have already memorized WELL, win-win situation. Even a worm will turn, little bug, like talking to a brick wall. Congratulations. Let's move on to number 5. Okay, number 5, I am talking about how the forest or the jungle is very messy. I cannot see where to go. I need to create this new road for myself. If not, I will be stuck at this place. Just like in life, sometimes when you are met with problem, you just have to be creative and come up with different solutions. You have to come up with different ways to solve a problem, right? Even if it has never been done before, it's okay. You will be the first person who do it. So you have to create this road. So we are entering into word map B. Word map B. Let's start writing. Growing up in a family. Growing up in a family filled with doctors. Growing up in a family filled with doctors, Adam, start writing your word map B. 3 words. Start writing your word map B. 3 words. In the family. In the family. When he decided to pursue culinary arts. When he decided to pursue culinary arts. Full stop. So what does the whole sentence here tell you about? I also want to take this opportunity to tell everybody in the class today, you guys are Form 5, right? So next year you have to choose what you want to study for your future. So I think some people, when they are born in a family filled with doctors, somehow the parents will have the expectation that, oh, my son, when he grow up, confirm he will be a doctor. Know that this is your life. So if you really don't like what your parents have planned for you, I'm so sorry. I'm not asking you to argue with your parents. Yeah, I'm telling you to take control of your life. If you really don't like what your parents have already planned for you, you got to blaze a trail for yourself. You got to create a new road for yourself, right? If not, you have to live the rest of your life in resentment, thinking about, "Aiyo, why my parents forced me to take this road?" So this is what Adam has done. Even though he grew up in a family with doctors, he know that he doesn't like being a doctor. He has no interest in medicine. So he decided to pursue culinary arts. So what is the meaning of pursue? Pursue is to follow, is to chase your dream. So you want to follow your dream, you want to chase after your dream of being to study culinary arts. Culinary arts is basically, I have a friend who studied culinary arts, and then every time I say, just chef only ma, cooking only ma, okay, my friend will get offended lah. But culinary arts is more than just learning about cooking, but it is related to the food preparation. Okay, so this one is culinary arts. This is how you use the word blaze a trail. So number 6, you should understand this, guys. The toilet of the rental home is disgusting. The toilet in the school is disgusting. Okay, what is our next word map? We have B already. I cannot remember what is my word map. It's okay. Remember our theme today? Well-being. So the next word is going to relate to E. So if the toilet is so dirty, you need a lot of hard work to make it back into a clean state. So start writing, everybody. Let's continue. It will need. It will need. Put down your word map E, 2 words. Put down your word map E, 2 words. Before we can rent the house out. Before we can rent the house out. Full stop. Double check. Okay. Number 7. Let's continue to our word map N. No, not N. I. B-E-I. I means not good enough. Not good enough. Okay, let's start writing first. It's a realistic world. It's a realistic world. Full stop. If the service, okay, word map. 4 words, not good enough, starts with I. If the service comma, customers will not return. You understand what I mean here, right? It's really, really realistic lah, the word now. If you don't give me good service, I say bye-bye. I come here one time, I'll never return. Right? Who is gonna be so stupid? You enter into a restaurant, you find it horrible, and then you return again. No, right? So if the service isn't up to scratch, then I will not return. Okay, number 8. I'm not referring to anyone. So if you think of anyone, that's not my problem. That's your problem for number 8. Number 8, the politician has been accused of embezzlement. What is the meaning of embezzlement? Everyone, embezzlement, this word. Embezzlement refers to the theft or misappropriation of funds. Funds means money. The stealing of money or the wrong use of money. Misappropriation means the wrong use. The wrong use of money. In Chinese, if you need the Chinese word, Chinese is 贪污. So the politician has been accused of embezzlement. And funnily enough, when I went and Googled politician embezzlement, this picture popped up. Now, I don't know who you're thinking. Okay, let's continue with our sentence. So now we need our word map N. So let's continue. While I do want to stay objective. While I do want to stay objective. While I do want to stay objective, comma, there is, put down your word map and something to do with fire. If you cannot recall, I'm giving you some tips to jumpstart your memory. Something related to fire. Stop. All right, everyone, we are almost there. You can You are almost ready to graduate from the chapter, from theme 13, from the theme of well-being. One more only. Let's see if you can remember this. Okay, the last word is going to be related to the alphabet G. So the team displayed good sportsmanship during the competition. Let's start writing. Although they were losing, comma, they, can you put down your word map? G, this is in past tense, so your word map has to change to past tense as well. How many words do you have? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So there are a few things you need to change. Change to past tense, you need to change your pronoun. Cannot be your best. I have to change the word your to something else. So go, write it down. The last word here. We'll stop. Oh my God, what happened? I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me reconnect my screen. So everyone, while I connect to the screen, have you managed to remember all the 9 words? Win-win situation, even a worm will turn, all the way. Yay! Good job. The internet sucks. So, give me a moment. Let me change to my hotspot. Sorry, give me a while, yeah. Good. So, like I said, my main goal today is for you to remember all the words. So if you have remembered, good job. And let's take the second challenge. The second challenge is to apply this word into your essay question. So it's not working. Okay. Okay, it's back. Okay, so good job for those of you who can remember. For those of you who still find it a little bit of struggling, it's okay. I'm sure you have at least picked up 1 or 2. So 1 or 2 is better than 0, right? So now let's look at how we use our well-being on the next page. Everybody, let's turn to page number 5. Okay, so like I mentioned, wait, I want to talk about something else. Guys, can we go back to page number 4 first? I'm so sorry. Okay, give me a very quick 1 to 2 minutes. I just want to show you about how, at the beginning of our class today, I talk about how if you want to achieve an A plus marks in your exam, you want to achieve B2 level of English, you've got to write complex sentence with more than one subordinate clause, right? You got to start your sentence or end your sentence with a participle clause describing action with ing, correct? So the sentences that we have built just now, there are some sentences that actually hit the requirement. For example, if you look at question 5, do you see? I start off with ing. This is what we call participle clause with ing. Growing up in a family filled with doctors. This is actually participle clause. So I'm going to highlight 5 to indicate that this is a B2 level sentence. So those of you who are okay in your English, you can try to achieve this kind of sentence in your upcoming exam. Okay? Okay. Another example is, no, number 4. Yeah, number 4. Number 4, we also have ing. So this one is also B2 sentence. Yeah. Number 8, number 9, we use subordinate clause. While is subordinate clause, although is subordinate clause. So whenever you can use this sentence, this also counts as B2 sentence. Okay? So guys, let's move on to the next part then. Okay, So, like I mentioned just now, a lot of 2023 trial question actually relates to the theme of health and environment, particularly well-being. So I'm gonna pick one question to touch on, one question to show you how can you use well-being to make a sentence better. Okay, so everyone, let's go through the question. Always remember, the first step to A+ essay is to first understand your question. If you don't understand your question, you will actually write the wrong answer. Your answer will terpesong. So to analyze, to understand your question, what I normally do in class is have my students identify your Superman to Q flash. Superman to Q flash refers to your subject. Go through your question, identify your subject. Identify what is the topic asked in the question. What are the keywords found in the questions? And also identify the format. So everyone, can I give you a 50 seconds to look through this 2023 Kelantan paper question? Meanwhile, if I get disconnected, please be patient because I want to change my connection. It's a bit laggy, I know. Sorry. Okay, this should be better. So everyone, let's see if you have analyzed the question correctly. Your class has been talking about the cleanliness and service of the school canteen. Please know that the first sentence is not what the main focus is. Does that mean that the first sentence is useless? No, the first sentence is background information of your topic. So how can I be smart with the background information given in the topic, in the question? I can use it to introduce my essay. I can use the first sentence to write my first sentence in my introduction, but this is not the main focus, okay? So if you tell me that your topic is the cleanliness and service of the school canteen, I would say it's not a very accurate answer. Your topic should be in the second sentence, ask you to write an essay about. What is the essay about? The essay is actually about how to improve the condition of your canteen. So based on the sentence here, everyone, can you try and tell me in the chat box, who is your subject? Who are the people involved in this topic? When I mention about the condition of my canteen, there should be three main subjects, three main people that we talk about. Who are they? Okay, very good. Definitely there will be students. There will be janitor. There will be teachers. There will be canteen. Guys, do you realize I asked subject? I asked who are the people involved? First of all, school is not people. So those of you who tell me school, you use a better word, school authority. School authority refers to people in charge of the school. That can include teachers, that can include principal, that can include PIBG. So when we talk about subject, be very careful with your words, okay? So yes, we can use school authority. Janitor, yes, we can use janitor. But if I want to be more specific, right, it should be the canteen operator. Same thing, canteen is not human. So canteen, you can use the word canteen, your school teacher will understand, but a better word, a more appropriate word to use should be canteen operator. Canteen operator are people who operates the canteen. So here I'm gonna use canteen operator. Okay, should be one only lah. Okay, If you use teacher, it's fine as well, but I find that it's better to use school authority because when it comes to the complaint of the canteen, usually teachers cannot do much because teachers is just there to teach. The people who are supposed to manage the school, beautify the school, to maintain the beauty of the school should be the school authority. Okay, students who have never ever seen the word authority, today is your best day to learn the word authority. It's a very powerful word. In exam, if you don't know who is the person in charge, you use the word authority. I can use school authority I can use the word authority for person in charge. Okay, so authority refers to person in charge. Okay, now what about our topic? Topic is what I've highlighted, improve the condition of your canteen, right? When I ask you to improve the condition of your canteen, straight away I know this is a problem. Straight away I know the canteen, if the canteen's condition is not good, it affects my happiness, right? If the food served in a canteen is not good, I eat tak syok lah, not satisfying lah, right? So this can affect your well-being. So that's why the moment you see this topic, straight away, you should recall your wellbeing, well-being. So what is the well-being? Just now you have already mastered. So now you can use these words to make it better. You just need to know where to put them in. Okay? Okay, we are not done analyzing the question. We need to look for our questions. Q. Q here refer to the requirement given. We have requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3. As you go through your requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 3, identify keyword in each requirement. For example, number 1, what the problems are. So my keyword will be problems. So I'm going to highlight the word problem. And guys, since the word problems are so common in exam, they always ask you what the problems are. Problem, problem, problem. Whenever you see the word problem, learn to upgrade this word. If I don't want to use the word problem, what other words can I change to? You can change to issues. You can change to trouble. You can change to complaints as well, because when you face this problem, even a worm will turn. So what happened? I will make my complaints. So be sensitive to the word problem. The moment you see problem, you upgrade. So guys, in my class, whenever I draw the arrow up means you upgrade the word. Okay? Okay, number 2. Number 2, keyword. You should know now. Take out your highlighter, highlight your keyword, reasons for the problem. But mainly, I want you to focus on the word reasons. Okay, be sensitive to the word reason. Common words we see in exam. So what do? We upgrade. Okay, reasons can be changed to causes. Reasons can be changed to contribution. Same meaning. Yes, they are the same meaning. All right, question 3. Now I give you 2 seconds, highlight your keyword. Check your answer. Upgrade the word. Overcome. When you overcome the problems, it means that you solve the problem. So the simplest way is to solve the problem, or otherwise, we always use the word tackle. If you think, teacher, I know solve, I know tackle, is there a better word? Okay, fine. If you're up for the challenge, can you memorize this word as well? But those of you who find that, teacher, too much, my brain want to explode already. I've already learned well-being. Can you not keep giving me so many vocabulary? Okay, we learn at our own pace. We learn at our own level. If you think it's too much for today, okay, you just remember well-being. All right, if you want to take it one step further, what you do is, I'm not asking you to memorize all the words here. You only need to choose one from each category. Okay, so Almost there. The last question that we should find is format. So what is the format here? 125 to 150 words. Straight away, you should know that this is gonna be question 2. So is there any specific format that you have to follow? No. The good news is there's no specific format, but usually when we do question 2, you can write 4 to 5 paragraphs. Up to you. Depends on you, depends on school teacher, depends on whether you are allowed to write more than 150 words. If your teacher allows you to write more than 150 words, okay to go for 5 paragraphs. If your teacher say, no, cannot be more than 150 words, 4 paragraphs is sufficient, okay? Another thing that you should ask yourself is, in this essay, should you be using past tense, present tense, or future tense? Everyone, can you tell me in the chat box? Past A lot of you tell me present tense. Present tense is correct, but it is not the most correct answer. Some tell me future. I will probably use a little bit of future tense when I talk about the solution, right? If I solve this problem, the canteen will be how. Okay, so what is the correct tenses that we should use for this kind of question? Everybody, you can write it down. Okay, yes, present tense is definitely there because you want to tell me what is happening right now. Yeah, present tense can be present simple, present continuous. I lump everything in present, yeah? So those of you who are not very strong with your grammar, present tense include is, are, am, was, all this is present tense. So in this essay, I shouldn't be seeing was and were. Was and were is actually past tense, okay? A better grammar to use is actually present perfect. What is present perfect? You go back to your first page. I told you, B2 answer must be able to know how to use present perfect, simple, present perfect, continuous. The moment you see the word present perfect are sentences or phrases using has have plus participle. I have taken my breakfast. I have drunk the milk. I have done my homework. I have finished my homework. This is what we call present perfect. Okay? Why is it important to use present perfect? Those of you who are not very sure, the word perfect refers to something that started in the past, continue to the present. Something that started in the past, continue to the present. So every time when my essay question is talking about problem, whenever I am complaining about a problem, present perfect is definitely there. Why? The problem started in the past, continue until now. The problem is still here. That is why I am complaining. The problem started last year. The problem is still here today. That is why I am telling you, even a worm will turn. Okay? Okay. Students who mentioned about future tense, thank you. To be honest, I forgot about future tense. You reminded me. So good job to you, Shweta. So future tense is for will. When we talk about solution, if you take this solution, how will the canteen be in future? So yes. So usually these kind of question, we touch on present tense, present perfect tense, as well as future tense. No past tense at all. Okay? So now, let's look at our first paragraph. The first paragraph, since I am going to write only 4 paragraphs, I will use my first paragraph to straight away enter into my main point, which is my content 1. So for those of you who are allowed to write more, your introduction should just focus on topic. You tell me more about your canteen. You can tell me more about what happened in the past and then what happened now. And then talk about how students are unhappy. You can talk about a lot of things. But if your school teacher say, no, 150 words only, then in your introduction, straight away touch on your question 1. Okay, so those of you who are not allowed to write so many things, my advice to you for introduction, what you do is you introduce your topic, you answer question 1. Number 3, you also summarize your content. So everyone, introduce your topic. How do I introduce my topic? There, we have already mentioned, improve the condition of your canteen. Why do I want to improve the condition of my canteen? Look at my first sentence. Very simple sentence to introduce your topic. The school canteen is now facing persistent cleanliness issue. Very simple sentence. So I've seen students who struggle with meeting the word requirement. That is because you are writing too much. You are telling me too much about the topic. When it comes to question 250 words, your teacher cares more for the content. I want more information on the content rather than your introduction. Okay, that is if you are not allowed to write so many words. So if you're not allowed to write so many words, one simple sentence, it's enough. Okay, so let's continue to the next one. Answer question 1, what the problems are. So guys, can you tell me in the chat box, what do you think are the problems of the canteen? What are the things that you are unhappy of? You should know this. The canteen is dirty. The food is too expensive. Very good. Flies all around the canteen area. The service is not good. Thank you for pointing this out. So yes, I think when we look at the canteen as a whole, we can separate them into a few different areas, right? Definitely, we go to the canteen for the food, so you can comment on the food. The food is too expensive. The food is dirty. Yeah, exactly. Food poisoning. The problem is food poisoning. This happened to my school last time. When we changed canteen operator, right, there was the first day we changed canteen operator, and then we was also excited to try out the new food. But unfortunately, that first day, 60% of the students were sent home because after recess, everybody jerit-birit. Everybody had food poisoning, vomit and everything. And the remaining 40% are those who don't touch the food in canteen. And I am the 40%. Last time, my mother always tell me, Aya, we need to save money, okay? I'll prepare food for you to bring to school. So I'm the kid who always look at the food in a canteen. Oh, I wish I could eat. But that was the day I felt lucky. Luckily, I didn't eat. So yes, food poisoning, we can complain. So you see, the first section is the food. You can complain about the cleanliness. You can complain about the price, right? We can complain about the environment. Remember, health and environment. So what is the environment of the canteen? Dirty canteen. Don't forget, the canteen operator can also affect how you feel. Imagine when you queue up to buy the food and then the canteen operator muka busuk, look at you. Apa you mau? Faster lah, you very slow lah. What you want? And then you, ringgit. So these also affect your well-being, right? So yes, we can mention about all this, okay? So to answer question 1, we can describe about the food, we can describe about the environment, we can also describe about the canteen operator. Okay, later we are going to write this. Next, summarize the content. What is the meaning of content? Content is your isi pertama, isi kedua. Content is your 内容, your content 1, content 2. What are you going to share with me in the subsequent paragraph? So, since we have already answered our question 1, it is logical that in our upcoming paragraph, we are going to answer question 2 and question 3. So when we summarize our content, this is a no-brainer question. This is a no-brainer sentence. So what you do is, all you got to do is to tell me there are many reasons for the problem and it is important to overcome them. That's all. So you will use whatever you see in your question to write your last sentence here. Okay? So everyone, we try the first paragraph. I want you to understand first. So let's start writing the first paragraph. Number 1, introduce topic. The school canteen is now facing persistent cleanliness issue. Question 2, problems. Just like I told you, whenever we talk about problem, we got to use present perfect. So do you see my present perfect here? Many students have complained about. So everybody write down. Unclean tables, comma, poor waste management, and rude workers over the past few months. But, okay, what do you think is a suitable word map to put for this sentence? I'm telling you, students have complained over the past few months. We complained in January, we complained in February, March, April. Now it is May. The problem still persists. The problem is still there. I have 2 answers in the chat box. One answer, even a worm will turn. Second answer, like talking to a brick wall. Wall not enough, must be brick. Brick, very hard. So over here, we are talking about problem. I think it's better to actually use the word brick wall because there's no action. The main thing here is I want to talk about no action. There must be no action first, then only even a worm will turn, right? So guys, put down your word map L, like talking. Oh, wait. We need to build sentence first. But it is like talking. Go down. Go and put down. Full stop. So every time when I write, I try to think, how can I make my sentence better? So now I want to talk about the reasons for the problem. I'm going to talk about the cause of the problem. What is the word map that tells us that everything happens for a reason? What is the word map that tells us everything happens for a reason? Very good. Yes. Can I have more answer? Everything happens for a reason. When you see this, that is because something is underneath. When you see something flying high into the sky, it is because underneath there is something happening there. So whenever you see the word reasons for the problem, straight away remember your word map and. Yes, good job. Word map and. I give you a few more moments to remember, to recall. Good job. Those of you who have been giving me answer in the chat box, congratulations. You have really mastered your well-being. Good job for remembering all these words. Yes. So how do I build my sentence? Certainly, comma, there is. Okay, go. Put down your word map. And no smoke. Continue. No smoke. Continue. Very good. Good job, everyone. And, okay, so introduce your question 2. It is time. It is time that, don't write the word school. We got to use school authority. School authority understand the reason for the problems. For the problems. If you know, upgrade the word problem. Remember, I told you to be sensitive with the word problem. I'm going to leave this to you, yeah? I'm just going to put an arrow up. You upgrade the word problem. Very good. Yes. Upgrade the word problems. And look for ways to overcome them. Upgrade the word overcome. Upgrade the word overcome. So if you are allowed to write more, this is where you can talk about even a worm will turn. Why do I want the school authority to look for ways? Is it way or ways? Okay, it doesn't state, so it's fine. So yeah, this is where you can use the word even a worm will turn, because I asked you to look for ways to overcome them. If you don't look for ways to overcome them, there is a limit. Students can only tahan so long. You want them to tahan another 1 year, probably they will go crazy. So how will students actually protest their unhappiness? Maybe a drop in their grades. Because when the canteen is dirty, it affects their well-being. Their well-being affects their studies. So you see, all this is related. Even a worm will turn can be put in the last one. So if you are allowed to write more words, you can put in even a worm will turn in the last part here. Okay, congratulations. So look at introduction. We have used word map 1, word map 2. We have 2 word map here. We have also learned how to upgrade problems, how to upgrade the word overcome. Good job, guys. Okay, let's start writing our second paragraph. Second paragraph is the reasons for the problem. What are the reasons of the unclean table and the poor waste management, as well as rude workers? Everyone, tell me in the chat box, what can cause these problems? Yeah, exactly. Not paid enough. Angry, geram. Want me to do so many things, but pay me so little. Okay, Ken? I'll write down your answer first. Not paid enough money. You have to understand all my short form, yeah? Not paid enough money. What else? Because the question asks for reasons, I gotta give reasons. More than one. Other than money. Is it just money? Is it just money? Anymore? No? No idea? Why do you think the tables are unclean? Thank you. Not enough worker. Ask the school to hire more people. Don't want to hire more people. Never mind. Don't want to pay me more also. Okay, so usually when the tables are unclean, it means that they are not really doing their job, right? So actually, when it comes to all these cleanliness thing, everybody, everywhere, it's not just in school, like even in a shopping mall, even in the hospital, to make sure things are clean, anything that touches on cleanliness, there must always be an SOP. Do you guys know what is SOP? Standard operating procedures. How do you do these things? Even though it's a no-brainer, you'll be like, wipe table only ma, don't know how to wipe meh. Some people, they really take this chance to simply do things. So they will think that, oh, they asked me to wipe table ma, I just use water, I wipe lor. So usually things that is related to cleanliness, they will give you step by step, like really what must you do first. For example, you must spray the table with all the detergent first, and then you have to wipe 1 time, wipe 2 times, wipe 3 times. After that, what should you do with this? So probably there is no compliance of SOP. Very good. Someone mentioned about lack of management. Good job, Zihing. Yes, there could also be lack of management. So I would say the first reason, lack of management, is also correct, but I will suggest you to upgrade it. You can say poor compliance of SOP. But guys, you cannot write SOP in exam, yeah? SOP is a short form. SOP actually stands for Standard Operating Procedure. Like even throw rubbish. Even throw rubbish, they will have steps. So if you have the opportunity to work part-time in a restaurant or in a cafe, take the opportunity to enter into their kitchen. You'll see a lot of papers sticking on the wall one. So on the wall, they will list down all the SOP which the workers are supposed to follow. So what if they don't follow? If they don't follow, they will be penalized. And that is where Zihing mentioned about lack of management. When they don't follow the SOP, why is it that the management didn't come down and punish them? So usually poor compliance of SOP and lack of management, they go hand in hand. So I am also going to put down lack of management. Okay, and definitely I agree with Shweta that there is not enough pay, there's not enough worker. Okay, don't use the word worker. We use better word. We change it to manpower. Lack of manpower. Okay, so these are the reasons. So if we are talking about poor compliance of SOP and lack of management, can we also discuss our third question? How to overcome these problems then? If you have provided 2 problems here, even if the question did not state how many solutions you are supposed to give, you have to give me 2 solutions. Solution to solve the first problem, solution to solve the second problem. So just now I mentioned, if they don't follow the SOP, what is the management supposed to do to them? Penalize them. How do you suggest we can penalize the worker? How can we penalize the canteen operators? So think about, you are the boss now. You are the one who controls them now. They don't do their work properly. You realize that they never follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Discount for student. But if you realize discount for students, students is the subject. You go back to my problem number 1. My problem number 1, I did not mention about student war. So you are not solving the problem. It is the canteen worker who did not follow SOP that caused unclean table and poor waste management. Somebody mentioned punishment. What kind of punishment? Yes. Remember just now we mentioned it's a very realistic work. So if they don't do their job, you don't pay them money, lor. You cut their salary, lor. Yes, you cut their bonus, lor. You tell them, oh, because you have not been doing your work properly for the past few months, I'm gonna cut your bonus this year. Realistic world, right? So yes, one of the way is to cut their salary. I can penalize them by giving them fines. Every time I come and spot check the canteen, when I find that the canteen is not in tip-top condition, your salary will be deducted a portion of money. Yes, that is one way. Okay. What about lack of manpower? Wow, it's a no-brainer also, right? Yeah, lack of manpower, you hire more people lah. And also, you don't just hire them, okay? Very important to give them training as well. If there's no training, then they will not be up to scratch, right? Okay, so my solution, number one, I can give them hefty fines. Summon them. So hefty means big amount of fines, expensive fines. Okay, number two, we can also recruit more people. Don't use the word hire, you make it better, you use the word recruit. So you want to recruit additional personnel. Okay, everyone, let's try writing the two paragraphs, yeah? In the second paragraph, there are many reasons for the problems. So basically, this is a level 1 sentence. Level 1 sentence means whatever you see in question 2, you copy and paste the reasons for the problem. There are many reasons for the problem. Do you see or not? All I do is I copy number 2 to here. Okay? If you are good, you paraphrase, you change word, just like what I told you just now. The moment you see reasons, you are supposed to upgrade the word. So I'll leave this to you. You are good with upgrading words already. Now, let's write down our first point. Every time when a question requires you to write more than one point, you need to start by writing linkers. Since we are going to share our first reason, I don't like students using firstly. I don't like students using first and foremost. All these are so yesterday. So instead, what are the words you can use? You can change it to above all. Above more. To start off, yes, you can write to start off, to begin with. All this, yes, no problem. But if you want something different, you can use above all. Above all means among all the problem. The biggest problem is this. The main focus is this. So technically, the word above all, you can use it for second point also. You can start by telling me the not so important, and then you tell me the important also can. So if you want, you can start off with to start off here, and then the second sentence, you use above all, okay? So above all, comma, above all, comma, okay, start telling me the first problem. It is the poor. Yeah, you can write the under-remunerated, yes. But let's talk about the poor compliance first. It is the poor compliance of, it is the poor compliance, sorry, not of, compliance to the canteen standard operating procedure. Standard operating procedures. Full stop. Based on observation, you need to elaborate. Based on observation, comma, workers are only interested in getting their job done. Workers are only interested in getting their job done. Comma, thereby. Okay, let's try to use participle clause, yeah? We try to use B2 sentence. Neglecting the cleanliness of the canteen. So this is a B2 sentence. Reason being, I'm going to highlight in gray. You don't have to highlight, but I just want to tell you, So why is this a B2 sentence? Because I use participle clause, neglecting. I also use subordinate clause. I use the word thereby here. Okay, so first problem done. Let's look at the second problem. Second problem, second linker. You can use linkers like besides, furthermore, moreover. No, you cannot use last. I wouldn't suggest lastly because I don't think that the canteen only has two problems. You get what I mean? When I'm writing this essay, I'm only talking about the most important, the biggest problem. Yeah, so I wouldn't suggest you using lastly. So what I will use is besides, comma, the lack of manpower, I don't want to use is the reason. We upgrade the word also contributes to the rude canteen workers, comma, as they find it challenging to manage the big crowd, comma, leading to them feeling agitated. Full stop. Do you have any questions with the second paragraph? Do let me know if you have any. Maybe you don't understand the word. Maybe you are not sure how to use this word. What is agitated? Agitated means you are irritated. You are impatient and then you get angry. Irritated plus angry. Okay, let's go to the third paragraph. Remember, whenever you answer your question 3, you don't need to think a lot. All you need to do is to copy paste. So question asks how to overcome them. I start off with to overcome them, to overcome this problem. Again, you should know how to upgrade the word. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. So what you do is you upgrade the word overcome. You put a better word on top of the word overcome. Okay, let's go. This part is where we are going to use word map. See what are the word map that you can remember. Okay, so let's continue first. Disciplinary action must be taken. Full stop. Let's talk about the first problem, linker. Every time when you talk about the first solution, the first problem, you use linker to start off to begin with. If you have already used to start off to begin with, you can use for one here. For one, comma, hefty fines on non-compliance. Hefty fines on non-compliance of standard operating procedure ought to be given If you have never wrote this word, you have never written this word before, I hope you find it familiar at least, because early on the first page, I mentioned about ought to being a B2 word. So this is a B2 answer word. You write down first, I'll explain to you. Ought to be given. Okay, go. Give me second solution. So what do we do? Linker. Whenever you give me a second solution, second thing, we use linker. Use any suitable linker, but my answer, I'm going to use furthermore, because it is a commonly spelled wrongly word. So you write down first, see if you are able to spell correctly. Furthermore, comma, school authority should also. School authority should also. Can you put down the second method? Second solution, recruit additional personnel to manage workload in the canteen. Workload in the canteen more effectively. More effectively. Full stop. Okay, let's talk about the spelling mistake first. My student shouldn't be making this mistake. If not, I feel very memalukan, okay? So my student shouldn't forgot the word Always remember is furthermore. The fur of the cat, the fur of the dog is not the field, okay? It's furthermore. So everybody, please double check your spelling for furthermore. Number 2, what is the meaning of ought to? Why do we use ought to? Where do we use ought to? When do we use ought to? Okay, always remember, be sensitive whenever the question asks you to give solution. Whenever the question asks you how to overcome a problem, how to solve a problem, how to avoid a problem, whenever question asks you the word how, they are asking for solution. They are asking for advice. So how can you advise a person? Maybe I tell you, hey, tomorrow exam lah, but I haven't studied for my sejarah paper. I haven't started studying for sejarah. Then you will tell me, oh, you should study first chapter. So you should study first chapter. Oh no, I forgot about the word map. Oh, sorry, the word map is last paragraph. I'm sorry. There's no word map here. Okay, yeah, last paragraph. Last paragraph, we have 3 word map. Okay, so yeah, whenever question asks you for advice, right, we will always use the word should. But it doesn't sound nice if you keep repeating should. So to make the essay better, another word to use is ought to. They are the same thing. They have the same meaning. So instead of using should for every sentence, we can actually use the word ought to. But since ought to is a B2 answer, I would recommend everybody to use it as your first solution first. Okay? Every time when question asks you for a solution, you use the word ought to. Second solution, you use the word should. Okay, what happens if the question asks you for the third solution? Then I can use are encouraged to, are advised to. So these are the different ways. But please remember, very importantly, you must use ought to in your essay if you are looking to create a B2 answer. Okay? Okay, let's go to conclusion. Conclusion, we need to do 2 things. Conclude your topic, you give your advice. All right, conclude your topic, you give your advice. So what is my topic again? Let's go back to the question. My topic is the condition of the canteen, not good enough. So everybody straight away remember, not good enough is my word map I. Okay, you recall on yourself. So to conclude my topic, I'm going to talk about how the canteen is not good enough. So if the canteen is not good enough and the school authority is not going to do anything, then we can start to talk about how my word map number 2, E. E means we have a limit of how much we can tahan. That one is E. Okay? The third one, I want to encourage the school authority to do more. I want to encourage the school authority to quickly take action, revive the canteen. So I want the school authority to word map G. All right? So let's see if you can remember. Everyone, let's start writing. All in all, the canteen. All in all, the canteen. Not good enough. Everyone, use your word map. Not good enough. Upgrade with your word map. Not good enough. Okay, double check. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 words. I'll share with you my answer later, but you check first. Okay, this is how I force you to recall so that you remember the word. Now, can you please double check one more thing for me? Since this essay is about the condition of the canteen, I wouldn't advise you to use short form. So your word map here cannot use short form. It is about a serious problem. It is about a formal problem. We cannot use short form. Okay, so please change your word map if you're using short form. Let's continue. Many students have voice. Many students have voice. Their concern over the unconducive environment, to recuperate and recharge after a long day of study. Full stop. So they voice their concern, no action taken, cannot tahan anymore. So everybody, word map E, they cannot tahan anymore. Word map E, cannot tahan. How many words we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words. Word map E, 5 words. And students are hoping that the school authority, you, that one is you. I'm so sorry for my ugly writing. Recuperate is CU. Can put down your word map G. Give, no, not give. Try their best. I almost say the word. Try their best. Five words. To transform the canteen. To transform the canteen into an inviting space. Full stop. Okay, so let's double check your word map. The first word map, because this is a formal writing, so we cannot use short form. I cannot accept if you put isn't up to scratch. The correct answer should be is not up to scratch. Also, a word of reminder. Okay, guys, I'm putting the word map into the chat box here. Also, a word of reminder is whenever you are writing is not up to scratch, be very careful. Is your subject a singular or plural? If I am referring to a plural, then the word is have to change to are not up to scratch. Okay? When a student cannot tahan anymore, even a worm will turn. So even a worm will turn. What happens if I write the word can turn, will turn? Actually, they are fine. Even a worm will turn, even a worm can turn. It depends on your sentence structure. Okay? The last one, you want them to try their best. So you want them to give it their best shot. You want them to give it their best shot. So these are the three word map in the last paragraph. So if you are worried that teacher, exam, I'm scared I cannot remember, I'm scared I forget to put my word map, concentrate your word map in your introduction and conclusion. Okay, if you find it too much to take in, you focus your word map in your introduction and conclusion, because your school teacher or whatever teacher, language teacher that you have, they will always say, introduction and conclusion is very important. Introduction, you give good impression. Conclusion, you remind your examiner that this is a good piece of essay. I know how to use beautiful vocabularies, beautiful phrases. So try to put it into your introduction and conclusion. But that does not mean you cannot put it into your middle. You can as well. As you write, if you realize this is where you can fit it, then you put it in. Okay? So basically, this is how you can improve your essay, push your mark into a B2 answer. So hopefully my well-being today can help you answer your questions in your first term exam. If you have any question, can you please let me know in the chat box? If not, good luck in your exam and have a great Sunday. Bye. Thank you. See you.